Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and welcome today to another installment of the What's in the Watch Roll series, my favourite series of videos because it means I'm getting out of Dodge. I'm off on my travels. And indeed, Mrs JOMW Jr. and I are off to Bali for a week to escape the harsh Australian winter. Now, we should have actually gone a couple of months ago. We were aiming for June, but I've got 3 jobs and she's got 2 jobs, so it gets really difficult to coordinate a break sometimes. Anyway, you know the format by now of these videos. I always take 4 watches with me, 3 in a watch roll and 1 on my wrist. Either pieces that I just want to take on holiday, or pieces that I've got in the queue for review to give me a bit of extra one-on-one time with them before I give you all my verdict on them. And if you've been watching the channel over the last couple of months, you already know what the first watch is, but not the other 3. Let's flip the camera and find out. Alright, let's get into the roll, but before I get into the roll, let's talk about the roll, new roll. And a big thank you is due to Tim from Caseback Watches. Tim is the sophisticated German in the waistcoat. Every time I watch one of his videos, I feel every inch the monoglot Scot because his English pronunciation is perfect. Tim has started a side business. He now manufactures wallets and belts made of vegetable tan German leather. And when I say manufacture them, he makes them himself. He also sells straps and rolls that he gets made for him at a little workshop in the Black Forest, no less. He sent me this watch roll. Thank you very much indeed, Tim. I'll leave a link to his shop in the description of the video. You know the deal though. 1, 2, 3 in the roll, 1 on the wrist. You probably already know what it is if you've been watching my recent videos. It is the Fairer Aquamatic. I've been looking to add a Fairer to my collection for ages, and this one arrived about 6 weeks ago at precisely the wrong time in the annual calendar. This is an Aquamatic. It's a really kind of fun, funky, colourful summer watch, and I live in the southern hemisphere. We are in the middle of winter. I haven't been to the beach, or at least I haven't been on a beach in many, many weeks, but I did know that I had this Bali holiday planned. This was always part of the Bali holiday plans. I love the looks of this one. It's really nicely made. Some lovely quirky details when you get into the dial. If you want more information on it, watch my full review after this one. I'll leave a link. I love the fitted rubber strap as well. It does come on a Jubilee. There's also an orange NATO, but I thought I'm taking another diver on a bracelet. This one will be great on the rubber strap. It's probably going to be my main watch over the course of the 8 nights that we're there. And not only are the colours a great fit for a holiday, the watch is a great fit for me personally. 39.5, they call it a 38.5, but I measure it at 39.5. Got a bit of junk to it, nicely made case, but the rubber strap means it's going to fit really, really sweetly. This next week for me is about getting in and out of the pool and eating and drinking too much. So yeah, a nice rubber strap diver, great way to start the watch roll. And a great way to continue is with my Seiko Presage Irish Coffee. What a beautiful looking watch this is. I've taken Presage on a number of this style of holiday with me. They're the kind of watch that you slip on in the evening as you slip out of your hotel room and into some elegant restaurant for dinner. And then I remembered I have a 2.5-year-old, and my dinner is more likely to be 45 minutes of screaming, shouting, and food being launched back and forth across the table. But hey, at least I will have an attractive watch on my wrist while all of that takes place. Now, this one actually vanished from my collection for about 4 or 5 months. I hunted high and low. I rummaged through my watch boxes and my wardrobes, my cupboards full of watch boxes, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. I found the box, but I couldn't find the watch. And then it was returned to me by Alistair Malloy, fellow expat, fellow Sydney-based watch YouTuber. I had loaned it to him. He had also put it in a box somewhere and forgotten about it, so I was delighted to get it back from him. I have had maybe 4 or 5 Presages myself over the years, this Cocktail Time series, but none of them have really stuck, not in the way that this one has. I think it's gorgeous. Now, it's all well and good taking other brands' watches with me on holiday, but I thought it was high time I took one of my own as well. So I will be packing an EREBUS Origin. This is the new 38, well, it's 38.5mm diameter that we released earlier on last month. It's really nice. I do like the Origin, such a simple, clean look.
Happy with myself and with Stephen and our design efforts, and it suits this 38 form factor case very nicely. It's kind of like a chunky SKX013. We wanted to do something in a similar size but with a bit more meat about it, but less meat than the 41. I took a prototype 41 back to Scotland with me in October last year, so it's nice to be able to take one of these 38s with me to Bali this year. Plus, choosing this one means I'm not going to have to take any tools with me because, plug, it's got tool-free adjustment in the clasp. You know what it's like when you're on holiday, you're in and out of the pool, which is cold, then you get hot and sweaty and your wrist expands, so this will give me about 1 centimetre or so of potential wrist expansion, depending on how many times I go back to the breakfast buffet each day. So that's the first 3 watches then, all very pleasant. I look forward to wearing these on rotation, but they all have one thing in common. They're all sub 40 millimeters. I think it's 39.5, 39 and 38.5. I reckon there's room for something a little bit beefy there for us, number 4. If you watched these videos before, I always tend to take the same brand in the 4th slot. That brand is, of course, Casio. Now, I have reviewed several of these full metal square G-Shocks before, but I've never had one in my collection. That all changed last week, introducing the GMW B5000. What a cracker this watch is. I love taking a Casio with me on holiday because it's that kind of backup to your phone just in case you end up with a flat battery. There's alarms, there's countdown timers, there's stopwatch, there's world time functionality, etc., all on your wrist, something you simply don't get with any of the other watches in the roll today. Again, I reckon this one is going to be a bit of a holiday watch for me. A bright, shiny silver Casio, definitely not a winter watch here in Sydney anyway. Yeah, but definitely something I can enjoy sipping a cocktail or a bintang by the pool in Bali. Great 4th piece for the roll today. So there you have it, that's my selection for Bali then. Couple of divers for kind of everyday wear, especially in and out of the pool. Something for the evenings if I do venture beyond the confines of the hotel. And a big chunky Casio as a kind of fun 4th piece with extra utility. Great selection, I think. Couple of watches that probably wouldn't see much wear around Sydney over the winter, but would definitely suit the Bali sunshine. Don't miss me too much, there's videos loaded for next week. Play nice in the comments section until I get back. Well done for making it all the way to the back end of the video. Why not watch my review of the Fair Aquamatic here, or my review of the Irish Coffee Pressage by Seiko here. Thanks for watching this one, I'll see you again in the next one.